And where, Prince Rehoboam, are the antelopes for your future wife?
Instead of antelopes, I caught 2 foxes for my father.
Look, men from Gad.
Will he have them killed, do you think?
The king? No, I don't think so.
He may. After all, they're our enemies.
But they killed no one. The law says that only murderers shall be put to death. And Solomon is just.
Dismount.
What shall we do with the prisoners?
Untie that one. Follow me.
It seems that all the women of the town have gathered here.
Yes. Oh, a dispute between 2 women. Determining which one speaks the truth will be quite difficult. But my father will find out. Come this way.
It's not her child. It's my child.
No! No, he's not your child. How can you lie like that? By the Lord who sees me, by the Lord who shall judge me, from my heart I pray that the Lord will enlighten you, mighty king. The baby is mine.
But she's lying, King Solomon. Make her keep quiet. She's offending the name of the Almighty. They'll cut your blaspheming tongue out.
Why should you be afraid of her voice if you're sure the baby is yours? As to you, I do not ask for oaths. I only want facts. I'll continue.
We are neighbors in the old town, and for many years our friendship has endured. When I returned last night, I didn't find my baby. I had left him in his cradle. Frightened, I ran to her house. Her child had died a few days before, and I believed that she might have heard mine crying and taken it. But the very moment she saw me at the door, she began to curse me like a fury before I could even say a word.
Because she wanted to take my baby. Hers is dead, not mine. That's why she's gone mad.
It's not true. He's my boy. I know he's mine. How could I make a mistake? I'm his mother.
She's mad and she's lying. Don't listen to her, King Solomon.
Rehoboam. To sum it up, you swear that the baby is yours.
I do.
And you?
I would give all my blood to have him back.
But neither of you has the slightest proof in support of your claims. And yet we have a question that wants answering. Bring that baby to me. There is only one solution. The living child will be divided in 2 equal parts. Each of you shall get a half. And each of you shall return to your house with her part.
No! No, give him to her. Take him. Take him. You can keep the child. But alive.
Renunciation is the greatest proof of any love. And you are ready to make that sacrifice. Take the child. He's yours. You are his true mother. As for you, go away. You're banished from this city. Never set foot in Jerusalem again.
The audience for the people will continue tomorrow. Depart in peace.
Come forward.
hunting was brief, Rehoboam.
Very brief and very surprising.
So I see. Those are not antelopes. Go make your excuses to Zamira for not keeping your promise.
The honeyed words of the king will offset Zamira's anger.
Unusual preference on the part of a promised bridegroom. And where were they caught?
In the desert, on our territory, by the oasis.
Near Gad.
Yes, Father.
And their motive for having left their land?
Here's the reason. I found it in their clothing.
Safe conduct for Sheba. By crossing our land, I gather one arrives much more quickly. And what is the reason for all this haste?
That is a question that Solomon's great wisdom might have avoided.
And that is a reply that is almost a threat. No, I don't think the King of Sheba would risk fighting a war only because two foreigners, in too much of a hurry, should happen to be in my prisons.
We're not foreigners to the King of Sheba.
King Wahab has invited us to be members of an alliance council.
Oh, yes? That's what I wanted to find out. I am most grateful to you. If you have any further information, I would appreciate it. Very well, then. Take the prisoners away.
Follow me.
Sheba, Sheba. What is happening there? Why this alliance council? And against whom?
Against the one who wasn't invited.
Certainly Egypt is with them. And perhaps even Assyria.
The King of Sheba knows how to choose his allies.
I want no war.
But if it is necessary in self-defense.
We must see that war does not become necessary. All that my father, the great David, has constructed, and that I, as his son, tried to consolidate, I will not let be jeopardized by the caprice and ambition of a barbarous heathen, whose only virtue is great riches.
And which is enough to make a war.
And we must prevent a war which can only bring grief and desolation. We are much wealthier in astuteness than in gold, and should the necessity arise, we must employ our cunning, so that we're not forced to go to war, even to defend our country. Rehoboam, Zadok, come along. Let us see what Issachar has there.
And so it was the will of King Wahab?
No, King Wahab had nothing to do with it. He's as old as the patriarch Abraham, much too old to think of war. But she...
You mean the queen?
No, he means Wahab's daughter, Princess Balkis.
And she wants war? A young girl? But what kind of a girl is she?
We've never seen her.
How could we? You see, we've never been to Sheba. But the fame of her beauty has spread over the seas and the deserts. In Egypt, Assyria, and Babylon, they say that Balkis is even more beautiful than Bathsheba. Her hair is black, and it shimmers in the sun like a raven. And her eyes are as blue as an aquamarine. Her white body, which she perfumes with jasmine, is a glory of light, and as velvety smooth as a panther's.
If I were King Solomon, I'd already have hung you, instead of giving you wine and roasted mutton.
You get out of here. And hold your tongue, you lowly dog.
And you, though you're as strong as a bull and can even frighten your jailers, I'll wager you would tremble in her presence. They say she handles the bow and spear like the god of war, and when she rides her stallion, she even challenges the wind.
They also say her mother had left her in the desert, and that a lioness suckled her.
And the minute the king dies, she'll assume command of the armies. And should the alliance be concluded, Balkis plans to march to the frontiers of Assyria, and once at the head of her soldiers, nobody will defeat her.
What are you saying? What soldiers?
The armies of Sheba, Edom, of Gad, Moab, and Aram. They're all with her. The priests, the warriors, the people.
She's quite ambitious.
No, she's just sure of herself and of her allies.
Father, if Issachar and I were to take the place of the 2 prisoners of Gad.
The place?
Yes, to go to Sheba with their 2 safe conducts.
No.
But there's no risk. No one knows us there, and you heard. No one knows them. It's worth trying, and perhaps this is the only way to learn what these people are plotting against us, and to try with subtlety to disrupt their plans of war.
No, it's much too dangerous.
And you are not convinced of the value of astuteness.
In addition, you mustn't go away. Don't forget your coming marriage to Zamira.
It could be delayed.
That would be the 4th time. That's too many, even for a political marriage. Your way, I could avoid war with Sheba, only I've been inviting one with the king of Tyre. No, this marriage with the daughter was a condition to the alliance with the king, her father.
Zamira's been here a long time
As a
now.
result of these delays.
Think about it, Father.
I will, son. But don't count on it. Here comes your future bride. Wait. She will certainly reprimand you. Try to show you're sorry. Zamira is one of the most beautiful women in the world, and ever since she's been here, her beauty and charm have captivated everyone in the court.
Thank you, King Solomon.
Oh, my child, you. Did you hear what we were saying?
I've already thanked you.
The night air is soft, beautiful Zamira, if one may judge from the colors of the dawn glowing on your radiant face, as on the petals of these flowers.
The fact is, King Solomon, my slumber was gentle, but the awakening was bitter.
But why?
Oh, all the days are so long, and nothing breaks their monotony, except the kind and respectful gallantry of my future father-in-law.
Oh, what a horrid name. I hope you will never call me that.
Why?
Well, I mean, not even when I am, which will be very soon, won't it, Rehoboam? Yes, it's just what we were talking about. He is so impatient. And to think that now I must send him on a journey.
What journey?
It's a mission so delicate that only the future king of Jerusalem can be entrusted with it.
Where?
Ah, that is a state secret, my lovely princess. The minute Rehoboam returns, you shall become a queen, and then your husband shall have no more secrets from you, not even state secrets.
And on what day shall we be married?
Whichever day my father says.
Well, then, what day?
It will be a memorable one. The doors of the temple will open on the most sumptuous bridal procession the Orient has ever seen. Kings and pharaohs, princes and emperors, all together with the warriors of Tyre and of Jerusalem, will line the road as you pass.
To enter a lion's den can be very costly, Rehoboam. Be cautious. If anything should happen to you, I will never forgive myself for having helped you in this venture.
Your warm encouragement and my father's consent all go well for the success of this mission. We shall come back, Sadekhin, before long.
And may the Lord our God protect you.
Let's go, Issachar. That's where the desert starts. But according to the safe conducts and their instructions, an oasis should not be far from here. Let's go.
I don't see anything.
And no one in the palace knows of this oasis? Not even the high priest of the kingdom?
They know neither the place nor the passage which leads here. That was a secret of my mother's, who told me of it before she died.
And where do you find your real happiness, Princess Balkis? When you are here? At the palace? Or is it in the arena?
I don't know, Hattie. Oh, don't move, Hattie. Don't cry out.
You're safe. The serpent's dead.
Who are you?
You don't appear to be the same girl who was singing so sweetly just a moment ago.
I said, who are you?
Not many have the good fortune to save the life of the most beautiful woman in the world. I'm honored.
Is the nobility of your soul equal to the pretty speeches that roll off your tongue? Why don't you reply to my question?
We live in Gad. An important invitation brings us to Sheba. After our long journey, the water was most inviting, but your lovely song was irresistible.
In Sheba, no foreigners are welcome, except those invited by the king, or else by the Princess Balkis.
A princess who enjoys a false reputation.
What?
That she is even prettier than Bathsheba.
And what makes you say that? Do you know her?
No, only now I've seen you.
Although you are not the first man to pay me compliments, it's still very flattering to hear.
But it's not flattering. Tell me, who are you?
You were going to Sheba, weren't you? Then where are your horses?
They're behind the rocks.
There is a passage over there. It's wide enough for horses. No. Go. I'll await you.
Eli! Eli!
Yes, Abner. Here.
Come. This is the place.
Yes, but they're not here. Should we wait?
I think not, Issachar. We'd better go on. And from now on, we must remember to use our new names.
Yours is Abner, and mine's Eli.
That's right. Now we're coming closer.
Are you certain?
Look there.
All I see are vultures.
There, that's Sheba. And where there are vultures, there's a place of torture. And where there's a place of torture, there's a city.
Who are you?
We are envoys from Gad.
The Alliance Council. They're for you. Go on.
Follow me. The envoys from Gad have arrived. Open.
Open.
Who is that man?
Cabal. He's the commander of all Sheba's forces, as well as the suitor for the hand of Princess Balkis.
And Balkis loves Cabal?
No, but Cabal's the only one she's able to marry, since he's not a foreigner and his family is the second in the land.
Is Balkis as beautiful as they
You can
say?
judge yourself when the princess arrives with all her Amazons.
Look, Cabal's seen it. That'll finish the poor man.
That's enough!
The warriors who carry our banners beyond the frontiers of our land will need men who are real commanders, not clumsy fools like you. Force, decision, endurance, that's what I want, and I still don't find it. You all need more training. Get your whole bodies and souls into it, or you'll die by my own hand. Exile!
What's happening?
Just what I was telling you. Watch.
No! No! Mercy! Mercy! Let exile serve as a lesson to the old, as well as to the recruits. Stop! Don't be such a fool! Stop it, Cabal! Take him away. I suppose you've never seen an example of this kind, have you?
I've seen it, yes. In a barnyard, when a rooster finds a sick hen and puts her out of her misery with his beak.
Out of pity, no doubt. We have no time for pity in Sheba's army. Arrest those men.
On, Cabal?
Two newcomers causing difficulty.
In what way?
They disagreed with our training methods.
What methods, Cabal?
It was necessary to make an example. I eliminated an idiot.
That is not an example. It's just killing, and you know it.
But...
And where are they from?
From Gad.
You said Gad. Have the younger man approach.
You, come here. The princess wants to see you.
What have you to say?
I must express my disapproval for everything I have seen here.
No foreigner may criticize the leader of our army or question any of his orders.
It seems that no one may, not even you.
You're being very insolent. Perhaps Cabal was right after all.
Let me deal with this intruder. My sword is ready to silence his insolent tongue.
No, it would solve nothing, Cabal. And perhaps I might lose a precious ally. Let's not forget Gad has a strong army. And besides, I'm involved as well. Are you familiar with the race of the 3 targets?
Yes, and I know the rules.
Then we shall compete with 3. You agree, Cabal?
Yes, I agree.
I shall prepare the targets.
And if you should win this contest?
I only want your word of honor as a soldier and ally that we shall always remain loyal. No matter which of us happens to win. Should you win the contest, Cabal?
May I fix the date for a long-awaited marriage?
I agree. And should you be the winner?
Allow me to ride to the palace in your own chariot with you.
Accepted. Look out for the signal.
Balkis is lost.
The foreigner has won.
Won from Gat.
He won fairly. I think we can now forget about his intrusion. Don't you agree, Cabal?
Yes, I agree.
Come.
It's strange, but until today I never suspected they had so much skill in Gat.
The rustle of nightfall in your land is like a soft and gentle breeze, silently and mysteriously whispering among the palms of an oasis. What's the name of that oasis where we first met?
Please don't speak of it.
I didn't think you'd mind speaking of it, since no one can overhear us.
Now that you've proved your skill, I would appreciate your discretion, too.
You have only to ask.
Don't ever speak of that oasis to anyone.
Not even to you. This dagger killed the serpent. I would like you to keep it, to remind you of today. And in return, I swear to always guard your secret. I didn't believe all the stories I had heard when they said that your eyes were as blue as an aquamarine. Now I know it's true. But they know nothing of the fire that flashes in your eyes when you give an order, or of the glowing embers of romance which I see in their depths.
That is also better forgotten.
What is?
What has just happened.
Stop, stranger. Even as the last rays of the setting sun dipped over the horizon, the king, your father, was called to sleep with his fathers.
Father!
Glory to thee, all-powerful Shamash, God of the sun. Glory to thee. Rising in heaven and burning down upon us in all thy glory. Thou art the God of the heavens, as thou art God on earth. Glory to thee. Thou art the only God since the beginning of time. All begins in thee, and all ends in thee. Glory to thee.
What therefore I have joined together, let no hand of man untie, whilst the mountain does not speak. Now wed to the god Shamash, sanctuary of mysteries, instrument of his celestial potency, you shall have no other husband than him. Never shall the lips of man touch yours. Never shall the caress of man profane your body, whilst the mountain does not speak.
Whilst the mountain does not speak.
Glory to thee, Shamash, god of the sun.
Necklaces, henna, ornaments, love philters. I have everything for the lady you want, and everything you want for the lady you have. Stranger, a moment. Just look. For example, this vial. It is the finest amber, fragrant amber, distilled by the perfumers of the Pharaoh of Egypt. Look, go on, smell it. You want to give some perfume to your beloved?
I'm afraid she's far away.
Send her to her by the first caravan. She'll love you again if she's forgotten you.
You there, what was the foreigner saying?
Good day, my prince.
Go on, tell me.
Who? The one who looks like an Israelite?
What makes you say that?
I've traveled much, my prince, and that warrior reminds me of someone in Jerusalem.
That was a mistake.
But Cabal was following me.
Now he'll know he was right to do so. Why didn't you try to act indifferent or even buy some perfume? Now more than ever they'll keep an eye on us.
Why don't we leave then? You've already found out what you wanted.
No, not all, but very soon the council will begin. I hope to discover some extremely important facts and then depart without arousing any suspicions. You wait for me.
I'll wait for you in the palace gardens. I have permission to go there.
Since when?
Well, you remember the day we arrived at the oasis? And that young girl who was with the queen?
To wait? And why?
The moment is not propitious for an attack against Jerusalem.
The moment is propitious when the aggressor's army is ready. And our army is.
And when each ally is faithful to his pact, without reservation or thought of betrayal.
I assure you we are faithful allies.
So are we.
And we too.
I know the Queen has confidence in you.
There is nobody I distrust. Was there something else you cared to add?
There is, Queen. For there are facts that you do not know. And not even they do. An alliance has been concluded which unites Jerusalem and Tyre. Has none of you any knowledge of it?
No. No.
And you?
No. No. My queen.
Tyre is not to be feared. Difficult to capture her, but very easy to keep in hand. I'm sure that Tyre cannot be of much help to Solomon.
But an important rule of strategy is never to underestimate your opponent, especially when you do not know how strong his forces are. Give it thought.
Yes, I know. Give it thought. Always hesitate and consider. But why? If things are as you claim they are, and if the alliance uniting Solomon and Tyre appears to be so full of danger, then actually the best thing for us to do is to stop hesitating and act before they do.
Well spoken.
Exactly.
That's right. I agree. Why should we wait?
The meeting is over for today.
I would like to make one request, Queen Balkis.
You still don't agree. Tomorrow.
But I wanted to begin my journey home tomorrow.
My queen.
What is it, Cabal?
Nothing.
Come. So you're preparing to return?
Yes, I was, with your permission.
I think there's a misunderstanding. You did not come on a simple visit of courtesy, you know, but for a council of war. And it is not yet finished.
I have finished my mission.
Have you succeeded?
Your own judgment should give you the answer.
If it's the war you speak of, I'm sure you already know my answer. If it's my heart you refer to, then you have also understood my answer. In the temple, the day of my coronation.
Yes, and I've also seen your marriage to a husband who can't be real. Could that be what a queen desires?
A queen should never want more than this. To widen her frontiers, to have new people to govern, new armies to train, to equip and to lead, conquest and great glory.
Destruction, fighting, blood, bitter curses of mothers and wives, and tears.
Why talk of tears?
Oh, I'm not only talking about their tears. They're important, yes, but yours.
My tears?
You'll weep at night in the solitude of your lonely pillow. When you hear the cries of all the warriors killed in battle for you, all the soldiers who lie burning in the desert sun outside the frontiers of your land, being eaten by crows and jackals. Look, those two are not of the same race. What do they know of frontiers? You want to kill, to destroy, to tear down. The people only ask the right to build and to love.
I hope you'll stay.
Lovely little laddie, we're both in constant danger. I'm a foreigner. I don't know where we can be alone. But you should know, if you're really in love with me.
And you, if I do, will you promise that you'll not tell it to a soul?
Not to a soul.
Come.
Well, I don't understand.
Wait a minute. Quickly. You have no idea where this grotto leads to?
Oh, the road to paradise.
To the oasis of Balkis, where we first met, Eli, dearest.
Can we get by all right? And is it possible to go on horseback?
Certainly. Why?
Oh, perhaps we could go there. Together one day.
No, it can't be done. You know, it's the Queen's secret.
That's enough.
Forgive me, I could listen no longer.
Why?
Love is more than the subject of a song in my country. We live love there. And I love you, Balkis.
But I do not love you, Abner.
You won't admit it.
I'm forbidden to love. I cannot.
But what's stopping you?
You know, Abner.
I see. Then you do worship idols. A high priest's fraud and trickery.
What you describe as worship of idols and a priest fraud and trickery maintains order in Sheba. And this order will last as long as I'm living. It is assured by my union with Shamash.
No, Balkis. It is not so.
How can you say that?
I have found out what you stated to the council on the uncertain result of war.
Abner.
What inspired you with this reasoning? Or at least suggested it? Your stone idols? Your priests, your religion, or a loved one?
No.
Balkis, please, why do you deceive yourself?
I must. It should be clear. Let me explain it to you. I don't know what has happened. You have brought only confusion with you. In my mind, everything was so simple and very easy. And now it's so difficult. Abner.
Don't call me Abner. Don't use that name.
Why not?
The sincerity of my love is making me confess that I...
Speak, then.
What is that?
2 Assyrians have been arrested. They're spies. They're going to be executed.
Balkis, if I asked you to spare them, would you?
No.
I appeal to a girl's heart. To the young girl in the oasis.
No. Now she is the queen. What is it?
Pardon, my queen. I cannot find Ati. I've looked everywhere. She's disappeared.
Disappeared?
She's not in the palace, and...
What did you want to tell me?
Nothing. Will you allow me to retire, please?
You may leave. Abner! And where is she gone?
Kino knows.
Oh,
Speak.
To the tavern of Onabar.
The shameless thing.
Why? What's wrong?
It is where men seek pleasure.
Oh, Lord Shamash.
Wrestling matches are held there every night, and Ati goes with that other foreigner, a friend of the one who was just here. And I heard that he was going there tonight, too.
Give me one of your cloaks, and you'll accompany me.
Oh, but my queen, you can't go there.
And we don't even know where it is.
Do you think a whipping will help you remember?
No.
Well, then.
As you wish, my queen.
All right, come.
Friends, please, give me your ears. Listen, listen. Help your poor friend Onabar. I beg you for a little quiet. For you, I have sold everything to bring you a great surprise just for this evening. I take pleasure in introducing the famous, the formidable Baluk. Yes, you've heard correctly. The invincible Baluk. The Assyrian tiger. Who wants to try his luck against Baluk? Well, nobody?
Why don't you go first?
How can I? I haven't eaten for 6 days in order to pay this great champion.
Some champion. He looks more like an ape than a tiger.
Isn't there a single solitary man here worthy of the name?
go and listen to what he says. Tell it to me later.
We cannot stay in Sheba any longer.
I was certain of that. But do you think it's possible to get away?
I know what you mean. Every move we make is being watched. There's no doubt they're suspicious.
Everything is ready.
Oh, why don't you try? I'm sure you'll win.
Yes, after. Just keep listening to what they're saying. I have horses hidden in the grotto with everything we need.
Well, come on. Isn't there a man in the place?
Sure, here I am.
Go on, get out of here.
What do you mean I play the game? Give me back my money if you want me to get out.
Will you get out?
I want to get what's coming to me first.
All right, now, here it is. Here it is. Just a moment. Get out! Get out of here! Go on! You too, you heard me. No strangers allowed. You can't come in unless I know you. Oh, glad to know you. The place is all yours. Come in, come in. This way. I'll find a table. Here, you move out of here. Make yourselves at home. Get a stool over here at once. Quickly. Please sit down.
Probably two old hags who have a lot more money to show than beauty.
Well? Poor Sheba. Your glorious star has reached its lowest point.
No, he will try.
Ah, well, finally. All of you should be ashamed to let a foreigner accept the challenge. I am honored that you have chosen to display your wrestling prowess in my house.
No, we're not taking this match.
And why not? I rather imagine this contest should be very interesting.
Oh, yes, he's a very strong man. Why, he'll win, you'll see.
Don't let him scare you.
You can beat him.
No.
Go on, do it for the girl. Or perhaps this slave doesn't merit the respect you usually give to her mistress.
Well, then, let's see if I can beat this man, Baloo.
The betting is open!
Take it! 50 gold talents on Baluk.
100 on Eli of Gad.
Wonderful, wonderful. I was positive my efforts were not lost. Make your wagers. Go on and get the bets and in cash. Sit down, silence!
He's always like that. This one pays and wants to be alone. I'll wager he's deeply in love, but isn't loved in return. What a shame.
Cabal, later. Here's your money, foreigner.
You proved once, Cabal, that you weren't capable of winning. Now you want to prove that you're not capable of losing.
no, no, please. My friends, I beg of you. I can't have a brawl in here. I'd be in trouble. My tavern be closed. Then where would you spend your nights? And between men of quality, certain things have no importance. Please, please.
You keep that Abner in sight. Follow him. Well, Nabar is quite right. Our little differences can be settled some other time.
Wonderful.
Everybody, the gold on the floor is yours. Let's go.
Get out. Get out, all of you.
I don't understand her anymore.
It's not difficult.
He's always like that, this one pays and wants to be alone. I'll wager he's deeply in love and isn't loved in return. What a shame.
You'll weep at night in the solitude of your lonely pillow.
Wife of the sun god Shamash, you shall have no other husband but him. You shall have no other husband but him.
It's no use. He cannot hear you.
No, go away. You mustn't remain. No man may remain here. And you are a foreigner. Please go away.
Nobody knows I'm here. Nobody but you and your stone idol.
Go away. Please, I beg of you. You can't stay here. You're in danger. Go away. Listen to me. Go away. Don't you hear? I implore you.
A goddess doesn't implore.
Oh, Abner.
Balkis. You know there's only one solution for the two of us.
What?
Flee with me. I will take you with me to a free and happy land. A place that has no gods of stone, where love is not forbidden.
They're coming here. Someone must have seen you enter. Quickly. There's a secret passage.
My queen, that one's not an envoy from Gad. He's a spy from Jerusalem.
Here are the true envoys from Gad, Abner and Eli. He had taken them prisoner near Jerusalem while they were on their way to Sheba. And by the grace of the gods, they succeeded in fleeing. Kindly tell the queen how those safe conducts of yours were stolen from
No.
you.
Tell me the truth. Is that true?
Yes, I am the son of King Solomon.
Now what shall we do with him?
You'll proceed according to the law.
On the cross, then. He and his friend. See that the other one is arrested at once.
Look at me, Balkis. Look into my eyes. They belong to one condemned to die. Does a man upon the cross lie?
Come on.
Trust in me. If all was false, one thing at least was true. My love for you. Balkis, you must believe in love. My life's not important, but our love is. Balkis!
Stop him!
Take me with you, Eli.
It's impossible. You couldn't stand it. You know the dangers of the desert.
I'll die here without you. Take me with you.
Something serious must have happened. Maybe he was followed.
Here he is. Thank you for helping us.
Come with us, Ati.
Come, hurry.
He went over there. This way, quickly! Come with me!
Search the whole city, every corner. They must still be in the vicinity.
It was Rehoboam, King Solomon's son, who captured.
What happened there?
Solomon questioned us, but we told him nothing. They took our state convicts and threw us in prison.
The men?
Disappeared. The desert seems to have swallowed them up.
If it happens that Solomon's son does contrive to escape us this time, I'm sure we know where to find him.
Yes, but for that we'll require all our forces, not only a few soldiers.
This means war.
Yes, war!
2 crosses are empty because of the inefficiency of the royal guards and their commanding officers. And the fact that the guard wants to protect its reputation seems to me a most inadequate motive for engaging ourselves in war.
It's not the Royal Guard's prestige that is important.
It's the insult to our sacred queen.
And the people you represent who have been offended, ridiculed, deceived.
Precisely! I represent the people of Sheba, and I decide. Well, is it true, this alliance of Tyre and Jerusalem?
The information was current in Gad before our departure, and from reliable sources. At Jerusalem, we were able to confirm it.
Even the jailers in prison knew about it.
And have you learned anything about Tyre's army and its strength?
Tyre is strong and rich, well armed, and no lack of men. They say she is extremely powerful.
For what reason do you think was this alliance formed?
Oh, a very good one. The lovely Zemira. In Jerusalem, everybody knows that. She's the daughter of the king of Tyre, and she's come to Jerusalem to marry Solomon's son, Prince Rehoboam.
How many days do you require to put our armies in the field?
All I need are 6 days.
You must be ready in 3. I shall lead my armies myself against Jerusalem, and there I'll find a way to make that serpent come out of his hole.
Lord God of hosts, thy people cry out to thee in heaven. Arise, O Lord, against those who would profane and destroy thy altar.
Do we accuse the blind who see not, the deaf who hear not, or the lame who walk not? Do we accuse the beast, the lion or the tiger, that they attack and kill?
To the hordes of Sheba who advance towards us, grant, O Lord, the sense of sight, the sense of hearing, that they may learn to see and to hear the word of the Lord.
Have you seen? This spectacle is a lesson to us. My anguish and your audacity have not prevented what we most feared, a war. And although it might have been avoided, it is here. Perhaps you and I know the reason, despite the fact that we avoid mentioning it, and this alone caused the war. I mean the unforeseen.
You mean the escape of those 2?
Of course.
Your sympathy, Father, towards prisoners is often carried to extremes.
There are no limits to sympathy. And so, before we can say that sympathy causes errors, we shall wait and see.
To see what, Father?
To see what the future brings. For the present, naturally, we shall take all the necessary measures to defend ourselves.
You're quite right, Father, because Sheba's army is strong and well armed.
It It is not so much their army which disturbs me as those in command. I would much prefer to face an infuriated lion than a woman who has just discovered that she has been deceived in love.
I didn't deceive her.
But she thinks so. And besides, my son, Balkis loves you.
How can you be sure, Father?
I think if she did not, the Lord of Hosts would have already cooled her furious, raging anger.
It's the most astounding display of force I've ever seen.
And all this just for little Israel.
Look, they've run up a flag on the biggest tent. No doubt it's the Queen's tent.
Balkis.
An attack will inflict terrible losses on us, but lay siege to her and Jerusalem falls by famine.
No. To lay an ordinary siege will mean losing time. And that'll mean prolonging the war. You heard me, Cabal.
Give the signal for the attack.
Here they come!
Of Solomon is something our army didn't take into account.
King Solomon sleeping means that the situation is not really serious. He was saying earlier that probably tomorrow we'll have a visit from some emissary of Sheba. You think so? Have you any doubt? Oh, no, no.
Balkis.
You are not permitted the privilege of such familiarity. What is it?
That was a hard lesson, wasn't it?
And you're not permitted to comment on my operations.
I don't, but they do. You're awaited right now at a council of the priests. You'll have to account for your actions to them.
And why should I, when they're the ones who requested and approved them all?
Yes, all that you've done, but not all that you're planning.
They know nothing about my plans.
It's not difficult to imagine what they are. This desire of yours for vengeance will result in the breaking of our armies against the cunning defense of Solomon. Those holy hyenas know very well you won't be a docile instrument to deal with. They're going to make trouble. Listen, Balkis, the army is faithful to me alone. They'll follow my orders. We have the power with us.
You and...
Yes, you and I. I love you. Just speak the word and I'll crush those priests, those imbeciles, and liberate you. At my side, Balkis, you will be truly a queen.
I want only to kill Rehoboam with my own hands.
Just a minute. They seem to have something to say to us.
In the name of Queen Balkis, I propose a fight between the commanders of the two armies as a way to settle our quarrel. I, Cabal, commander of Sheba's armies, challenge Rehoboam, prince of Jerusalem, son of King Solomon, to mortal combat. Well, do you accept the challenge?
It is accepted.
Hold on now. On condition that both contestants keep within the range of our arrows, and that we ourselves shall mark the limits of the field of combat. Prepare the ground immediately.
Accepted.
Follow me. Open, Miro! Open the gate!
You'll pay for this!
Dismount, Rehoboam.
Issachar, you'd better return to your post and keep your eyes open for trouble.
I'm not worried about that. What about you?
I'm taking her to the palace.
How is my son?
It's not serious. He'll be conscious soon. Though he's lost a good deal of blood.
Give him a sleeping potion. He needs a good rest.
A sleeping potion?
Yes, I have my reasons. And make it a double dose. Is that understood?
Very well.
Go now. You will see your queen only when I say so. You understand?
Rehoboam.
Love and hate.
That is right, Zadok. That girl is a living symbol of that contradiction.
Can she be as beautiful as they say?
Oh, a good deal more. If I could make those two girls see eye to eye, we'll have won the war. That would be a double victory.
Double?
Yes. Victory over our enemies in Sheba and victory over our friends in Tyre.
I won't live another day in this palace. I'm leaving here.
Get out. You are Zemira.
Yes, Balkis.
What do you want of me? Why did you have to come here? I've been deceived, ridiculed, humiliated, and now find myself a prisoner. Aren't you satisfied?
It's not that at all. For 2 years now, I've waited to marry Rehoboam.
Well, then why didn't you marry him?
Because Rehoboam is not a man who can pretend what he doesn't feel.
And what does that mean?
It just means that for 2 long years, I've permitted our wedding to be postponed, in the hope that he'd change and perhaps grow to love me.
I'm not interested.
But you will be interested to know that when he came back from Sheba, I knew once and for all there was no longer any hope. And now, I understand something else. Though you hate Rehoboam, you love him too.
I don't love him.
Then you mean you started a war only for vengeance, thinking he had deceived you? I don't believe it. The real reason is the love that torments you, but which your sacred laws prohibit. Because of that you have come, hoping to destroy your love and Rehoboam in one blow.
Your father is a king. You might respect the feelings of a queen, even if you don't respect my feelings as a woman.
No, Queen Balkis. Your feelings are mine, since we love the same person hopelessly.
The King of Jerusalem begs leave to enter, with your permission.
I'm Solomon's prisoner. How could I refuse?
You are not a prisoner, but a guest in my house, Queen Balkis.
I'm in your power, and you know you may do with me whatever you wish. But despite these circumstances, I shall not give my unconditional surrender, nor discuss a truce.
And in your place, I'd say the same thing. But there is something that you have failed to realize. You are free, Balkis.
I'm free?
Yes. You may return to your soldiers when you wish, and continue the siege, or even order new attacks. What is it?
King Solomon, Sheba's emissaries request an audience.
Sheba? They must think it's necessary to bargain for your liberty, Balkis. Please join them whenever you wish.
No. I would prefer receiving them in your palace, and to be alone with them.
Open the gates for the emissaries from Sheba.
You're alone?
The others are outside waiting for the signal. I wanted first to talk with you alone before...
What a game.
Balkis, listen. I don't know what conditions or proposals the King of Jerusalem has made.
None, Cabal. I'm not being held prisoner.
Just like the fox he is. He knew that would put you in his debt.
Well, that concerns me alone.
You can guess the kind of fate those holy hyenas chose for you.
I never ran away from my fate.
No, but this time you have to. I want you to. You know I'm ready to kill for you. But if you say you won't go with me, I'll... Beware, Balkis. Beware!
King Solomon will now hear the emissaries of Sheba.
Yes, you have won, Solomon. And perhaps it is better that way. Knowing that I planned to attack, the prince, your son, was sent with instructions to persuade me against aggression. At the same time, you hoped to demonstrate to me that there were lands where peace and love are valued more than war and hate. But then something upset those plans of yours. Something unexpected and strange. I mean love. Only I thought Prince Rehoboam's love was part of his mission. I didn't know enough to believe my heart. As the wife of a god, how could I possibly know about love? But I love him and he loves me. And you, custodians of the terrible law of the god Shamash, what say you now? Why don't you answer me? Have you been struck dumb? Can't you speak? You see, not a queen consecrated to a god, but an ordinary woman who will sacrifice a throne for love. Love for a mortal man. You still hesitate. What is your opinion? Can the queen stand before her people? Speak up. What is my punishment? What is my fate? I can read in your eyes the sentence you dare not pronounce. To finish in the valley of silence. To die in the desert, where the sun shall consume my life and my love. And on that day, that fatal day, the burning desert wind will carry up to the gods the last desperate pleas and prayers of a queen who paid with her life the sin of infidelity.
Queen Balkis, don't go!
Rehoboam, quickly.
Just a moment. Please listen.
She's gone to the Valley of Silence. Don't you understand?
Why didn't they call me? Why?
Cabal went after her.
Cabal? Help me with my sword. Thank you, Zamira. I'll never forget your generosity. Farewell.
Farewell? Like this?
queen is now free from every tie that has bound her. The mountain has spoken. So it was in the days of old on Mount Sinai. God spoke there to Moses, carving into the rock the basis of our religion, the words of our law. And the one who spoke those words to your idol surely foresaw this great event that was to free you. Your marriage vows were valid only whilst the mountain did not speak. The roads to truth are infinite. Your very presence here with us is testimony to the raising of the curtain of darkness. Now you have seen the light. May it shine in glory forever.
My queen.
Our queen.